4 o'clock on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, April 3rd, 2018. It's time now for the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, April 3rd, 2018. Good afternoon and evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. 4 o'clock on this Tuesday afternoon, and it's 40 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories of Peter Channel 4 o'clock news is President Trump says he plans to order military to the guard border. First Senate send it down in Robert Mueller probe. Spotify stock falls for $165.90 open price. EPA chief Pruitt faces mounting scrutiny for ethics violations. This isn't a new Donald Trump. He's always been like this, and he helped design a record-breaking water slide that was just arrested after he decapitated a boy. Trump declared Normandy has been tougher than Russia in meeting with Baltic leaders. Russia, Turkey, and Iran are planning Syria's future without the U.S. Punish the Muslims scorned by the Grangetown community. Jewish people have a right to their own land, as Saudi Crown Prince says he has seeks ally against Iran. Oklahoma teachers demand more money in second day of strike. Trump administration plans to check your answer on censorship question. Students defy transparent school bags rule. Trump delivers new attacks against Amazon. Tesla's Model 3 is now America's best-selling electric car. The U.S. stocks rebound after tech sell-off as the stocks now up 332.82 points at 23,977.11. S&P 500 up 32.24 points at 2614.12, and Nasdaq up 68.66 points at 6938.78. North Korea continues with the proposed working level talks with a top head of an inter-Korea summit scheduled for April 27th. A computer outage Tuesday caused substantial delays for flights across Europe. Officials said potentially about 15,000. Britain's Prince Philip was admitted to the hospital for a planned hip surgery at King Edward VII Hospital in London on Tuesday. North Korea state media reported Tuesday that some Taekwondo demonstration team will be received by North Koreans. Indonesia reported these on Tuesday declared a state of emergency after the oil spill last weekend that killed 4 people. A couple in China went searching for their kidnapped daughter for nearly a quarter century were reunited with her on Tuesday. A record number of women have followed the run for control decisions up for grabs in 2018, a new study shows. More than 1/3 of U.S. university students do not have enough to eat and lack a secure home, according to the national survey released Tuesday. President Trump to hold a news conference with leaders of Baltic countries after discussion about security, business and trade and energy, and cultural partnerships. The first person of special counsel Robert Mueller's Russian investigation set to be sentenced on Tuesday in federal court in Washington, D.C. If you are a woman who works hard for money in a full-time job and feels that maybe you should be earning more, you're not wrong, as women in Massachusetts and Rhode Island still not paid their fair share. Massachusetts State Environment Secretary signs off on South Coast Rail's first phase as Phase 1 will bring commuter trains to Taunton, New Bedford, and Fall River via Middleborough instead of the previous plan to go through Stoughton as Secretary Matthew Beaton wrote in his report released Monday. He appreciates the ongoing participation and comments provided by stakeholders during the environmental review of this phase in Phase 1. Proponents of the Mass Department of Transportation say going for Middleborough occurs numerous benefits, not the least that start in late 2020 compared to 2030 or later. For the Stoughton route, it's always cheaper at $935 million compared to $3.2 billion for the Stoughton, and the savings from the billion portion between Taunton and the coast means that doing both does not meaningfully raise the overall cost going to DOT. NASA hires Lockheed Martin to build quite supersonic X-plane. Antarctica glaciers are melting from below 2. Federal efforts to control where deadly bacteria working. FDA forces mandatory recall of customs, says it's a first. Granted, busted making disturbing HIV revelations. Peter Channel News Time. 4-2 on this Tuesday afternoon, going into Tuesday evening, 7 out for a sports report. Boston Bruins will be taking on 7:30 p.m. taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game time 7:30 p.m. down in St. Pete. Boston Red Sox will be down in Miami taking on the Miami Marlins in Miami, and the Boston Celtics will be out in Milwaukee taking on Milwaukee Bucks. Game time, 8 o'clock. No sports bets because there's a rule for NFL cheerleaders. And for Tiger and Phil, a trip around the minute quarter, unlike any given Tuesday's practice round of the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. Peter Chill News Time. 4-2 on this Tuesday afternoon, going in the Tuesday evening seminar for a Peter Chill traffic check and transit check on this Tuesday afternoon. Baby! Let's study off on the MBTA with a green line. Any French and delays of 15-20 minutes between Brigham Circle and Herring Street due to an early accident River Way westbound. Commuter rail, Fitchburg train 420, 2:50 p.m. inbound is up 15-20 minutes being asked between South Acton and North Station to early disabled train. And the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, look at the Dowers and Bowies and New England on this Tuesday afternoon going into Tuesday evening. 95, southbound side, so between Pelican and downtown Providence. And all the way down to Route 37 in Cranston. 95 at the northbound side, so in Third Avenue curve downtown Providence. 195, both ends back between 114 and East Broadway to downtown Providence. 95, southbound side, so between Airport Connector, Work on to East Greenwich and 95 at the northbound side, also around the Work stretch. Route 4 to the northbound side, so between 403 all the way to Route 95 in Work Island. 295, southbound side, that's a little slow just around Route 95 and Work, but otherwise looking good from Attleboro down to Work on 295. 99, 146 on both ends back there between 295 all the way to Route 146A, Lincoln, North Smithfield stretch. 146 on the southbound side, it is slow between 50 and 95 at the downtown Providence. Out of the south coast, 195 at it. Westbound side, it is a little slow before Route 18 in New Bedford. Jamestown, Mount Open, Newport bridges are looking good. Out of the Cape, Borden Bridge on the southbound side, slow. 28 at the northbound side, little slow on the Borden Rotary. In southeastern Massachusetts, 95, stop and go between the Boston Street and Northern at Route 295 in Attleboro. 24, stop and go between 120 and Canton all the way to Route 140 in Taunton. Route 3 is southbound side, it is slow between Braintree Split all the way down to Derby Street and King, and Route 3 to the northbound side, low so Braintree Split. At 120 to the northbound side, so between the Split all the way down to Route 24 and then the Canton. 495 at the southbound side, low so between Route Southport all the way down to Mass Pike out in Hopkins. Mass Pike westbound side, little slow over the Westboro stretch after 495 29 westbound side, so between 140 and Shrewsbury all at the Route 9 and Worcester. Mass Pike on the westbound side, slow between Allspark tolls all the way to the Framingham. Mass Pike eastbound side, it is slow from the Prue Tunnel all the way down the Lord Airport down to South Boston. Mass Pike westbound side, slow between the Lord Airport down to South Boston. Strawberry Expressway on both ends back between the Mass Pike down to the Braintree Split and downtown Boston. 128 on the southbound side, so between 4 and Lexington all the way to the Braintree Split. Mass Pike eastbound side, slow for the Prue Tunnel all the way down to Logan Airport, Boston. Southern Expressway, slow on both ends between the Mass Pike and the Braintree Split. 93 both ends of downtown Boston. 93 on both ends back between Somerton and the Zegbridge downtown Boston. 93 at the northbound side, it is slow between Boston all the way up in Andover. 120 at the northbound side, it is slow between Waltham all the way down to Linfield. Route 3 at the northbound side, slow between the Burlington all the way to Billerica from 128 to the Billerica. And then hit back again between 495 low all the way up to the Chelmsford. 495 at the southbound side, it's slow between 133 and Andover area to Route 3 up in Lowell. 495 at the northbound side, it's slow between Route 3 and Lowell all the way to Tewksbury. And 95 looking good from 128 all the way down to the New Hampshire border. 93 at the northbound side, Lowell and Derry, New Hampshire, all the way to Manchester, New Hampshire. Peter Channel News Time is 4:06 on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and it is 7 for a weather report. And looking at the radar satellite open, it shows rain showers coming on much of the southern New England and all the way down to eastern New York and down around northern New Jersey and down the northern ports of PA, and some sleet west of Cairo and Kingston in New York State. Sleeting on the Berkshires from North Island down to Pittsfield down to Greenfield, Mass, and snowing from north central Worcester County stretching up to Jaffrey, New Hampshire, and rain showers stretching in southern New Hampshire and all the way down to southern Maine, and some snow and sleet and rain stretching in north central New Hampshire, and snowing from south central portion of Vermont, and rain showers in western portion, southwestern portion of Vermont, and all the way in the Interstate 87 corridor from Newburgh, New York, all the way to the Tinkerton, New York, and rain in I-80 corridor from Binghamton down to Schenectady, and I-81 corridor from Binghamton down to Cortland, New York, and all the way down to far as Trenton, Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania. Okay, looking at the temperature spread around the region, it is in the 30s to near 40 from southern New England, and it's in the 30s to 40s from much of Northern with an 18-degree reading from Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Alright, let's take a look at the current conditions in Norton, Massachusetts at 4:07. 38 degrees, temperature, humidity 92%, barometer 3.09 inches, falling slowly, and wind speed east-south, so 1 mile an hour. Alright. So that is why the Wheaton baseball and softball game's been called off, because of the weather. And the Norton track meet scheduled for tomorrow against Austin has been pushed to Thursday because of the rain. Locally dense fog possible tonight, and we have a wind advisory in effect from 2 p.m. Wednesday to 4 a.m. Thursday, all of 7 New England, and Wednesday afternoon and night. Strongest of the winds late Wednesday afternoon and evening, and winds west at 50 to 25 miles, gusts up to 50 miles an hour. A few large tree limbs may be knocked down, along with the potential for some isolated power outages. Wind advisory means that's the same. Winds at 31, 39 miles an hour, expected gusts up to 46 and 57 miles an hour. Winds this stronger. Cable to 9 inch small tree limbs and branches possibly causing isolated power outages, and driving can be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Use extra caution. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast. And it goes like this. For tonight, rain before 1 a.m., then there's a drizzle, and between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., then there's a drizzle and thunderstorms after 4 a.m. Patch fog before 11 p.m., then there's the fog after midnight. Line 37 degrees, east about 5 to 7 miles, coming common after midnight. Chesapeake 100% new rainbows reading quite an avalanche possible for Wednesday. Showers and thunderstorms before 4 p.m., then showers likely. There's the fog before noon. High near 65 degrees, southwest about 10, 11 to 17 miles gust size. 39 miles an hour, Chesapeake 8%, new precipitations between 10 to 1/4 inch possible. A sound amounts possible thunderstorms for Wednesday night. Chance of showers mainly before 7 p.m., mostly cast during the early evening, and the gradual clearing with a low end. 30 degrees, west about 11, 50 miles gust size. 41 miles an hour, Chesapeake 30%. New precipitations less than 7 inch possible for Thursday, Sunday, the most coast sky about 45, about 26 degrees, west about 10 to 30 miles gust size. 29 miles an hour for Friday, snow before noon, then rain higher 48 degrees, Chesapeake 80%. Friday night, chance of showers before 4 p.m., mostly cast sky about 33 degrees, and Chesapeake 40%. Saturday, part Sunday, the most cast about 45, about 30 degrees. For Sunday, most sunny part cast about 46, about 29 degrees. For Monday, part the sunny sky about chance of showers about 46, about 34 degrees, Chesapeake 30%. And for Tuesday, chance of showers, mostly cast sky about 50 degrees. And that is gonna be it for the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, April 3rd, 2018. People, which will be have a good afternoon and evening with a goodbye day. Have a good evening, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. You have a good evening.